Good evening and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How is everyone doing this evening? I am your host, Julie YeagerWalker. We are freezing over here in the Portland area in the Pacific Northwest. We are getting snow and cold temperatures, more than what we are used to here. And we are going to be getting hit with some more snow over the weekend and into next week. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy at work. I didn't even have time to post anything today on my Facebook page of Your Time to Shine, discussing the topic for tonight. It's been absolutely insane. And we are not used to snow because our snow melts and then turns to ice. And it just creates a lot of fun stuff here in the Portland area with all of our hills and everything. And I know they're even getting snow down in southern Oregon coast on the beach, which is crazy. They don't ever get snow on the beach, and they have been getting light dustings and coverings down there. So it is chilly nonetheless. So I wanted to, since I didn't get time to post anything about this evening's cast, but I have been looking into and working with kind of a program, I suppose you would call it, and it is called The Work. It's by Byron Katie, and it is fascinating. She basically takes the struggles that you have in your everyday life and helps you to understand those thoughts and clarify them. Whatever is hurting you, whatever is angering you, whatever is not going right in your world, and to help teach you about it and then turn it around and take it from a negative to a positive. And what this does is it really clears up your energetic field. And so if you are having problems with, say, confidence, you can go through this exercise and you can go through it and kind of go over it, because as you know, repeated action helps really signify that and solidify that in our brains. And so we have to do it over many times before it really sticks. And so by going through this, so if you do have, say, confidence issue, maybe you have a confidence issue with your job and with speaking, maybe you have a job that requires you to speak. This exercise will help you go through that and help you kind of get a handle on that and be able to turn it around into a positive, thus helping you raise your vibration and helping you create all of those positive things in your life that you need in order to succeed just in everyday life, and what you're doing. And I just want to share, Byron Katie, if you go online, you can download these workbook pages, and it's 6 questions for you to answer. It's kind of a fill in the blank. It's really simple. So I'll go through some of these, and then I'll show you how you can turn them around and make them into those positives, so that you can start changing up what you think your reality is. Because as you know, our reality is really all about choice and what we make it, believe it or not. So you can go online. She has a whole video, like a 10-minute video on how to fill this out, what it means, what it looks like, and then she has examples too as well. So it's really good. I highly suggest that you try it and take a look at it. It doesn't take long at all. In fact, I filled one out probably in less than 30 minutes, just really sitting down and getting clear about what it was I was looking to change. So some of these questions are, in this situation, who angers, confuses, saddens, or disappoints you, and why? And so her example is, and she says, to keep it simple, she says, I am angry with Paul because he doesn't listen to me. And so there's actually a fill in the blank. I am blank with blank because, so it's really, as you can see, it's really easy. It really is a fill in the blank. So in number 2, what is the want? In this situation, how do you want this person to change? And what do you want them to do? Her example is, I want Paul to stop defending himself, open his mind, and listen to me. The third question is the advice question. In this situation, what advice would you offer him? Paul should calm down. So again, very, very simple, don't go into a lot of detail with this. Then number 4 is the need. In order for you to be happy in this situation, what do you need this person to think, say, feel, or do? And her example is, I need Paul to admit that I am right. Number 5 are the complaints. What do you think of them or this person in this situation? Make a list. Remember, you have to be judgmental. And, we always say don't be judgmental and, all of this. But in this situation, you need to get down to the core, to the root of the problem and what you're feeling, how you're feeling, and you need to get it down on paper, because the only way this is going to work is to take all those negative judgments, put them down, and then learn how to turn them around and make them those positives. And the last question, what is it about this situation that you don't ever want to experience again? And her example is, I don't ever want Paul to interrupt me again. So now that you've gone through and you've done all of these 6 statements, what you do is you go through and you investigate it. And again, she has this all outlined for you. It's very simple, step by step. So she asks you to go through each question and really ask yourself, is this true? Right? So in the first question, I am angry with Paul because he doesn't listen to me. Is this true? Yes or no? And then you need to look again. Can you absolutely know that this is true? Listen to your gut. Listen to what your heart says on these questions. It's really going to help you dig deep and find these answers. This part of it is the part that you really need to take the time on, and you really need to sit and think with it. So this part of it might take you just a little bit longer than it would to fill out the other pieces, because it's making you think about the situation and how it is affecting you. And then eventually you're going to look and see how you want it changed so that it can benefit you and or both parties. Then she asks you, how do you react? What happens when you believe this thought? So if you really believe, I'm angry with Paul because he doesn't listen to me, how does that make you feel? Write those things down and get them out on paper. Number 4, who would you be without this thought? So if you take away, I'm angry with Paul because he doesn't listen to me, are you feeling differently if Paul was listening to you? Are you a different person? Can you be a different person? In other words, taking a step back and looking at it from another point of view. It just gives you a little bit different perspective. Then after you've done this and you do each one of these, all these 4 things through each one of these 6 questions. All right. So you go through, you think about it, and you write them down. And then the last piece of it is to turn those thoughts around. So, for example, on the first one, Paul doesn't listen to me. This would be a turnaround. I don't listen to me, right? I don't listen to him. Paul does listen to me. So you can see you have to step back and take a look at it and find out what that piece is and turn it around for the positive. Now, the piece about I don't listen to me, that could be a real wake-up call. Because if you are not honoring yourself, how can anybody else honor you? So you have to be able to have that respect and honor for yourself before anybody else can do the same thing. It's about self-love. So, we've talked about this on the show before about the self-love. It's really important. Here's another, turnaround. You replace the words of I don't ever want with I am willing to, and I look forward to. This is especially good for number 6 when you say, I don't ever want Paul to interrupt me again. So you turn that around and you say, I look forward to the interaction with Paul. So you turn that around, take out the negative, and then put in the positive. And what this does, when you're able to do this and really step back, and sometimes, depending on the situation that you're going through, can be really, really difficult. It may take some time to really feel it, own it, and believe it. So take the time with this. This isn't something that's going to be rushed. And the bigger the issue, or the bigger the issue it is to you and how heartfelt it is, excuse me, it could take a lot longer to correct and to get over. But then eventually you can find that this piece of it is easier to understand, easier to take. You find different routes to go with it, and you can even find yourself being in a happier place for it and raising your vibration. But it is called the work for a reason. It's because it takes work to change the thought process and to change yourself into thinking something completely different. So check it out. I have found it really, really helpful for things that I have been going through. Again, it is called The Work, and it is by Byron Katie. And I will try to put this up on Your Time to Shine Facebook page. So if you are interested in taking a look at it, you will be able to go there and just click on it and get right to her stuff. It's really great stuff, and she walks you right through the process. It's absolutely wonderful. So hopefully that is helpful for you out there this evening. Right now, we're going to go to the phone lines, and we've got Tammy in Lake Jackson, Texas. Good evening, Tammy. How are you? Welcome to Your Time to Shine. Good. What can we help you with tonight?
Well, I was hoping to connect with someone.
Okay. Is there someone specific, or you want me just to see who comes through?
I know who I want to talk to, and I think she's already here. So let's see what's happening here.
Okay. Well, I'm feeling like I got the presence before you even started speaking that there was a female that had come forward. I feel like it is maybe a grandmother or an aunt, someone that you were very, very close to. I feel like there was a lot of cooking going on in the kitchen. She was always teaching you things about cooking, whether it's baking or cooking, giving you little tips and tricks. I feel like she was really good at just opening up the cupboard and throwing a bunch of stuff together and making this amazing meal. And she was always giving you little tips on how to be creative with something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like Grandma. And I was giggling while you were talking because I was hearing, what you were saying, and I was thinking, oh, it sounds just like. And I was thinking Mom was coming through, but apparently Grandma is.
Well, and it's funny because it could be a combination of the two energies. I've had that happen before too. So what they could be doing is kind of combining their energies together and coming forward as one. Yeah, the cooking thing was really coming through pretty strong. I could see two people in front of the stove kind of hustling around and pulling stuff off of the shelves and putting stuff into pots and pans and stuff cooking on the stove. So
that would have been me and Grandma, not Mom and Grandma, because that Grandma is, I think it's probably my dad's mom, not my mom's mom. But my mom is now gone, and my mom was not a very good cook. And
okay.
she knows it, right. So she would be telling you that.
Let me see what. Hang on, let me see what Grandma has. Grandma has to say here. She's a real character. She's just such a very light-hearted, wonderful personality. She's very magnetic. She's wanting you to know that she loves you very much, and she feels you are so talented, but you're not letting your talent come all the way through. She's showing me like she's almost like presenting something to me, like she's wanting to know that hang on just a second. Okay, she's saying that the future is in your hands, that you know what you have to do, and you're stopping yourself on a little bit of a fear base. And she says, so turn that around. Don't let the fear get the best of you, and go out in the world and be that amazing person that I know you to be. She says you have gifts and talents that need to be shared. And people will resonate with you.
No, and they do. As a matter of fact, yesterday I went to the grocery store and I couldn't get past one shelf before another person was asking me how to take care of something. And I was thought, this is the strangest thing I've ever had in my life. I've never had I shop here all the time, and I've never had anybody do this to me 5 times in a row. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. And so I said, well, somebody's talking to me. Somebody's talking
absolutely.
to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
However,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, however, I don't understand what Grandma's saying to me, if you're saying it's Grandma talking to me, because I am at the end of my career, and I'm ready to travel. And so what is it I'm supposed to be doing?
So she's telling me that you have, well, okay, so yes, I get this part of it. She says you have a great healing effect. Okay, so just like your instance that you had in the grocery store where you had 5 people stop you and talk to you about something that they needed information on, and it could be from the craziest little things, and then all of a sudden they're pouring their life and their soul out to you. She's showing me that your light has been turned on, and it is on high, and it's on bright. Mm-hmm. and people are just gravitating towards you. Just you being the presence of you is healing for those people. They don't understand why. They just know that there's something about you that they're being gravitated towards. So this really is not about your career and about you ending your career and going and traveling. And she's recognizing all of that, and she's saying yes, yes, yes. But she's saying you are being spiritually awakened, and things are shifting and changing for you. And there are going to be some really powerful things that come into light for you.
Yeah, lights are turning on, doors are slamming, and it's at times to where I know when my family members are around me and they're doing it, and I also know when it's not somebody that I know. And I'm thinking, who are you? Why are you doing this? Give me a moment, talk to me. But it's happening a lot.
Right. So don't be afraid of, just because the doors are slamming and you don't feel like this is your family.
No, the door slamming actually was my mom. Which blew me away and cracked me up. I was like, Mom, you learned how to slam a door. You've only been gone 7 months. How amazing. Yes, slam doors.
Yeah, your grandmother wants me to let you know that that there are other beings around you. They're looking for ways to cross over. And so if you're getting the feeling that there's other ones there that are really not part of your family, you are correct. But they are there. They're looking for the light. They're looking for something. They're not there to hurt or harm or do any kind of malice. And you can simply say, this is, and if you don't want them there, right, you can simply say, this is my sacred space. This is my house. You're not putting boundaries in place. You're not allowed in my house. Only my family is allowed in the house. Place those boundaries. And that will kind of help with that part of it. But she says that, you are really starting to open up to some spiritual awakenings and some spiritual gifts. And just the fact that and you're very aware of the presence of them. She says that's going to be just getting even stronger and stronger.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. No, I mean, yay. I'm trying to come to grips with Mom, and I get all of this coming extra. I've always had it, and it's going to get stronger. At least Grandma's there, but still the same. It's like, no, not more. Not yet. I'm not ready.
Grandma's laughing.
I deal with it when it comes light, but when it comes strong, I send them out the door, and I don't know where they go, and it hurts me because I don't know where they go.
Right. I would suggest looking online and seeing if you can find some teachers in the realm of the spiritual teachings that you can get help. Well, that you can get help from to create. That you can help create boundaries, right? Because what's going to happen is you're going to get over inundated with, and you already are kind of at that point. You're going to get inundated with spirits because they're like, oh, she hears us, she understands us, and they're just going to keep coming and coming and coming. A lot of times the problem with people who are spiritually gifted, who are coming into this light and this presence, they don't know what to do with all that energy, and they don't know how to turn it off. And there are proper ways of saying, no, not now, setting up boundaries and saying, nope, not right now. I'll sit with you tomorrow, and you can have, 10 minutes of my time before I go to work or after work or whatever. But what I'm saying is find someone that can help you put in some of those spiritual practice is into place so that you don't just feel like you're going absolutely crazy. Because you don't need to be this beacon of light 24/7, okay? So you need to find something, and this will help keep your sanity. This is why I'm telling you to find someone to help you do this. And if you're having trouble with that, go over to my Facebook page, Your Time to Shine, and I will help put you in touch with some people that could help you with something like that. Because I think in the long run, it's going to serve you well.
I think it will, but okay, so I may need somebody bigger. I may need something more. My mom passed July of last year unexpectedly, and I know for a fact when my mom is touching me, and I know for a fact when it's not her.
Right.
And I don't want all of this inundation of extra people.
Okay. Oh, Tammy? Okay. Tammy, if you can hear me, go to my Facebook page, Your Time to Shine, and we will continue the conversation over there. I'd be happy to help you and give you some guidance. It's been a great evening. This time has gone so very fast, as it always does on a Thursday night. Thank you for tuning in to Your Time to Shine, Moonstruck TV, and A1R Psychic Radio. You can catch me again on my Facebook page at Your Time to Shine, or wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Good night, everyone.